Being biracial in America. So before I talk, I want you to think about a few things before. I want these few questions to kind of resonate as I'm speaking. So, do you have any biracial friends? Are you biracial? If you are biracial, how do you identify? And if you're not biracial and you have biracial friends, how do you identify with them? How do you connect with them? Is your friendship different from them, from other people? Do you have preconceived thoughts about the way that they are before you actually got to or get to know them? Um, no, okay, Michelle, we're not doing you right now, boo. I've experienced racism and prejudice before a few times. I won't say a lot. Um, I am biracial. My mother's Asian and my biological father is black. However, I was raised by a white father and a Korean lady. So that's a whole different issue, but that's my picture. My blood is of black and Asian nationalities. And my household I was raised in was white and Korean. No connection, no way of identifying with myself as I grew up. And I still don't have that connection. I still don't really know where I came from, but I'm here. I'm thankful for it. Nobody, if you have your parents and you know where you came from, there's nothing I can relate to you that will let you know how it feels not to know where you come from. I don't even know how to explain that feeling because I don't have anything to compare it to. So, number one, don't really have a connection with my past like I should. So, um, on top of being biracial, I'm a woman and I'm a lesbian. So, my black, biracial, any kind of lesbian woman in this lifestyle, it's not easy. It's definitely a hurdle. But yes, I have experienced racism, and to me, it is hard. It was hard for my father, who raised me, which was white, to mold me into a woman. He's a man, first of all. Should have been a female, probably. And I'm of a whole different race that he probably had no idea about. And just thinking about hair, skin, skincare, hair care, how to deal with those things, how to find out. I remember having hair experiences with my father, very crazy ones, but I didn't care. I didn't, I wasn't, oh, my hair looks great. I didn't care. I was a kid, those things didn't really matter. I remember him trying to perm my hair, and he burnt my ear and cut my hair to mold it before. Like, it was crazy. But he did his best. Um, Another experience I had with my father was, and I call him my father and I always will because he's the only father that I have ever known and will always know. So I ran track in high school, and my father came to one of my track meets, and I ran varsity, and we were running the 4x4 relay, and I'm sorry, 4x100 relay, and I was the last leg. No, I was the first leg. No, I was the last leg. I was the last leg. So I was the first leg. Either the first or last. Either way, he was at the stop sign, the finish line. And I remember walking over to him after the race, and he was giving me a hug, telling me good job, and the whole freaking crowd looked at us, and it was the most uncomfortable stare that I've ever got in my life. Mind you, picture me hugging a man over a fence. This man is really pale, red hair, blue eyes, freckles. And I remember later on one of my classmates, somebody I didn't even really know, was kind of like, who was that man? Who was that man you were hugging? Who was that man? I was like, my dad. And I walked away, and they looked so confused. But it's not for them to understand. It's always upset me how people pry into some of the most private parts of your life and demand to know as if it's any of their business. But that was hard. I remember being like 7 at a Jack in the Box, sitting at a table in California inside with me, my father, my brother, my stepmother, and my stepsister. And this table, I don't know, a few feet away, people, they were just staring at us. And I stared back. I stared back for a long time. And my dad was like, stop staring, it's rude. And I was like, they're staring. I hate when people stare, it's so nasty. But, You know, biracial individuals never really fit into either side. The black people think I'm not black enough, and the white people think I'm black, and the Asian people think I'm black. And black people think I have beautiful hair, Asian people think I have thick hair. White people, they don't know the difference, so they don't care, you know. So we really don't fit in anywhere. I mean, it's so fulfilling when I meet other Asian and black individuals, because I feel like, oh my God, you know, they probably understand my life, and I don't yearn to fit in anywhere. These are just details of the way this world is and has become. Um, I don't try to be one or the other. I'm very comfortable in my skin and with who I am. I think it's hard to be a black woman at that. And then on top of that, a lesbian. Like, can you imagine the battles that you have to face and fight? And um, I've learned a lot having a father of white descent raise me. He never taught me color. There was never any talk about race or color. He never separates us. We're human, and he talks to me like I'm his daughter, and he loves me, and I love him too. And he just gives me knowledge. You know, he gives me what I need to grow as a woman. Helps me make better decisions with my life. Um, he's a dad. You know, I'm a daddy's girl. But I met my real mother when I was 18, and we're very much alike. And it's so weird because I didn't meet her till I was 18, but our mannerisms, the way we walk, sit, talk, the way we eat, the type of clothes we like, it's crazy. And oddly enough, I couldn't really connect with her. You know, I did because that was my blood. But outside of that, I haven't really seen her. You know, I've seen her a few times since then, but it was refreshing just to meet and connect with my mother, that part of me. But then there's still my real father that I've never met, and I often wonder what type of person he is. Does he have kids? Do I pick up anything from him that is the way I am? What if my father was like Bob Marley or somebody? Kidding. But I don't know. I think we should all be mindful of how we treat other people. I think we subconsciously look at somebody and size them up from head to toe, and that's how we speak to them based on whatever we can take in those few seconds versus seeing a human being, a person. Anyway, I'd like to hear. I haven't really heard anybody's comments on their experience being biracial, so I don't know if it's something that's just uncommon or uncomfortable for people to talk about, or if people just don't give a shit. But I would like to hear your experiences and good and bad, how they have affected you, your kids, your family, your relationships, your life, your job, your education, in a good and or bad way, what you've learned. And in the meantime, thank you for tuning in.